why do we say process is so important over results when we know that it's always about the end game? It's always about what we produce, especially, at work.
So it's the little things that you do day by day to get to your end result. And you can't just jump and expect to land your result, because then it's luck. It's not something that you can replicate. So a process allows us to replicate the results month over month and then improve them.
Well, like the book Atomic Habits, it says it's better to have a system than to have just the goal. Because let's say I want to clean my room. Yes, I can clean it all at once, but the problem was not cleaning my room. The problem is the system that I have to keep it that way, to keep it clean.
I think that process is the part where we learn, we lose, we win, we improve. Is where we find the answer, and reaching to the goal is important, but how did you get there? What sacrifice did you make, and what decisions you took there did you take? So I think the process is important because it's where it's going to it's where you're going to learn the most.
You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. I mean, it's just a slap in the face, right? Like, it's so true.
My background is a process manager. So I used to work on processes and improving them. And Wally, you hit on this really cool, because you said this is where we learn from. These are the sections that we learn. You can't look at a goal and say, oh, this is how we do it better. You can't. But you can look at a process and see where it's broken. And you say, okay, if I fix this, this is going to give me a 5% increment, this is going to give me a 10% increment, or whatever it is.
That's what the resulting trap is, right? When you just focus on the results, this is the trap that you can run into. You judge decisions by their outcomes instead of the quality of the decision-making process. It's called resulting. Please.
So for me, a process isn't just, like you said, a checklist of things to do or a system in place. You have to think of it as a breathing and living thing, because there's always going to be room for improvement. So if you have if you're doing A, B, C, you're going to get to one thing and you're going to be able to repeat that. But hey, how can I do this better? If it's a living and breathing thing, you're going to think of it that way. You're not just going to check the box, because sometimes checking the box isn't going to do it. There's going to be that one where it's simply not going to happen. But then if you try something different or add a little bit, if we modify this, and then you start seeing a success rate, because it was talking about documenting things. If you continue to document that, then you improve that process. And now you're doing better.
Figuring out that process for yourself and you start writing it down, that process is going to start getting ingrained in you. Now you start, okay, makes sense. And then you can go on to 2, where you potentially print it out and you take a second look at it and you're testing it, right? Live. And then it's not done yet. It's still not done, because now you got to actually use it, right? Validate, iterate, do it again and again and again and again, following the steps, making sure that it's perfect, because the next person that steps into your seat is going to be that much more successful.
When you are working on your habits, your positive habits, you're moving forward, right? It's 1% better. But when you are not really working on good habits and instead you keep doing whatever you do, we tend to think, okay, yeah, I haven't read today, it's okay, I will catch up tomorrow. Hey, I haven't exercised today, I will do it tomorrow. Hey, I didn't check on the guidelines in this call, I will do it in the next call. And you feel that you're getting stuck in there, but you can move on to the future anytime you want. Like, I can catch up, right? But it's not. Every time that you're not having good habits and you keep doing whatever you're doing right now in a negative way, you're not only stuck, you're actually walking backwards. And you cannot give you cannot give more than 100%. So if I didn't do it today, I cannot make up for what I didn't do today tomorrow.
And that's where a lot of people fail when it comes to a specific process, because you keep doing it because it's giving you the same results, but you're going to get outdated. you're going to get outgrown. So a process has to be something that you have to think of as a living and breathing thing, and always constantly look for ways to improve, and that you're not just filling out the check boxes, because the check boxes get boring and you get outgrown.
Success is not a goal to reach or finish, or a finish line to cross. It's a system to improve, an endless process to refine. I mean, it's almost like Anna, this was Anna's quote. I should say, you know, Anna Ventura versus James Clear, right? Like, that's exactly what she said, right? That's the secret to lasting results.